Hey guys, welcome back. I hope you all are doing really well. So in today's video, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the step-by-step methods on how to apply the foundation. Now, honestly speaking, there is no right or wrong way to apply the foundation. Everyone has their own preferred methods that they're comfortable with or they think works best for them. And today I'm going to share a few steps that I have learned throughout the way and I think works best for me to give me the best flawless airbrushed finish for my foundation. So if you guys are interested in knowing how to apply the foundation, then please keep on watching. So first thing first, it is really important to make sure that your face is thoroughly cleansed, because it is always good to work on a clean canvas, and makeup would of course put on a layer on your face and you don't want that layer to be on a dirty face. So it is very important to make sure that you're working on a freshly cleansed face. Next, it is also very important to moisturize your face. Now it is very important to moisturize your face before applying a foundation, because eventually makeup will dry out your skin, resulting it into getting flaky and will give you dry patches. So in order to avoid that, make sure that your face is always moisturized. Now you can choose a moisturizer based upon your skin's requirement or the one that suits your skin the best. I'm going to go ahead and use my moisturizer. I'm just going to rub it between my fingers and just massage it into my face. Now please do not rub the moisturizer into your skin, just apply it really nicely. Now it is very important to make sure that after applying your moisturizer, you give it a gap for at least 5 to 10 minutes so that the moisture can get soaked into your skin, and then you will have a nice skin to work with. So the next step after moisturizer is your primer. Now you can of course go ahead and choose a primer based upon your skin's requirement. Like if you have enlarged pores, you can use a pore minimizing primer. You can use a color correcting primer. There are like so many options available in the market, but I think we can do a separate video on primers altogether. I'm gonna go ahead and use this Nivea Men cooling aftershave balm, because I think it would be easily available out there and is very affordable for everyone as well. So I'm gonna go ahead, open it, take some of it on my hand. Now primers are of course optional, it's up to your personal preference. I'm actually on fence about primers. Sometimes I use primers, sometimes I just go without the primers. It actually depends on what I'm doing or where I'm going. But for the sake of this tutorial, I'm gonna go ahead and apply the primer on my face. Now again, I'm gonna use my hands to apply this primer. Next step is picking up the correct foundation for your skin tone and your skin type. I'm using the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. I'm like absolutely obsessed with this foundation lately. So this is what I'm going to use. You can use a foundation that you like and suits your skin tone. Do let me know, you guys, if you want me to do a video on how to choose the right foundation for your skin tone, because I think that is one of the most asked questions at Sephora as well. So every customer who comes in wants to know the correct foundation for their skin type. So let me know if you want me to do a video on that. But for now, we're going with the Makeup Forever Ultra HD foundation. So speaking about application of foundation, there are a lot of tools that you can use to apply the foundation. The first and the basic one is your fingers. Most people prefer to apply the foundation with their fingers. I personally do not. I like to apply my concealer with my fingers, but not really my foundation. I feel that I do not get the finish that I need with my foundations. The second option is your basic flat foundation brush. The third one is a flat top brush. This is like a flat top kabuki brush. And the last and my personal preferred way of applying a foundation are the beauty blenders. I really like the finish that I get from the blenders. So this is what I'm going to use for this tutorial, but you can of course use your preferred way of applying the foundation. Now with the beauty blenders, you need to make sure that your beauty blender is really damp to apply the foundation, so it gives you that flawless airbrushed finish. Now before you start applying the foundation, make sure that you shake up your foundation bottle really well, because most often the foundation is separated from the oil and you might not get the best result out of your foundation. And as you guys can see, I do not have the most flawless skin in the world. My skin has a lot of pigmentation around my mouth and my forehead. I also have a lot of acne scars on my face, but I do not want to go with a darker foundation and make my entire face look very dark. So what I will do is I'll go ahead and use two foundations and apply it in a highlight and contour way, and I'm going to show you guys how. So I'm going to take the lighter shade first, and I'm going to start by applying it on the center portion of my face. That would be just around my eye area, on the bridge of my nose, and just the areas that I like to bring forward. So these are the areas where I'm going to apply the lighter shade of foundation. Now taking the darker color, I'm going to go ahead and apply it on the outer perimeters of my face, which would be near my jawline, near my mouth, and near my forehead, like my hairline and here. And this is how I'm going to apply my foundation. Next, taking my beauty blender, I'm going to go ahead and start by pushing the foundation into my skin. So I'm going to go ahead and work with the lighter colors first, and I'm going to come back to the darker colors. So basically I'm working in the inner perimeters of my face first, and then I would go to the outer perimeters. And as you guys would notice, I'm actually just bouncing the foundation onto my skin. I'm not spreading it or blending it outwards, because that would eventually result in shifting the foundation from the face, and I actually like my foundation to be nice coverage. If you guys like to build up the coverage of your foundation, this is the best method to apply a foundation. And I'm also going to go ahead and apply it on my eyelids. I don't know why, but a lot of people just skip this step. I personally like to take my foundation on my eyelids as well, because I do not want my eyelids to look like a different color altogether. So this is what I'm going to do. So now that I've blended the inner portion of my face, I'm going to go ahead and blend out the darker color as well. And I'm going to use the same technique to blend out that shade too. Now as you guys can see that I haven't used a lot of foundation. I've just applied like a very thin layer of foundation on my face. That is because I actually like to work in thin layers and build up my foundation. It is the same theory that you use for your nail polish, like you apply thinner coats and you build up like your coats eventually to get more opaque and pigmented color on your nails. So that is the same theory that goes for your foundation as well. So I'm going to go ahead and apply just another layer of the foundation on my skin. Again, I'm just using the same method to apply the foundation. And I'm just going to bounce in my blender to build up the coverage. And wherever you feel like you have applied a lot of foundation, you can just use the other side, like the cleaner side of the blender, and start by just blending out the foundation. You can just use like the cleaner side of the blender, and it will soak up the excess product that is there on your face. Now that I've finished applying the foundation on my face and I'm happy with the way it's looking, I'm going to go ahead and drag out the rest of the foundation on the blender on my neck as well. Starting from my jawline, I'm using the same dabbing motion. Now that's up with my foundation. Since I've already used like a dark and a light color, I'm not going to do my under eye highlighting. The next step I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and apply some powder on my face. So I personally prefer to use like a loose powder to set up my base. I'm using this one from Krylon, and to set up my under eye area, I'm going to use the same damp sponge like the blender, and I'm just going to put the powder under my eye. This would avoid increasing my under eye makeup. Now I'm not actually doing baking. This is not the baking technique. I'm not using like a lot of powder, but I'm just using the powder that is required to set my under eye area or wherever my foundation tends to crease. So that would be around my mouth, like especially on my laugh line. Now that I've set my under eye area, I'm going to take this powder brush and I'm going to start by applying the powder all over my face to set the foundation. Now in order to apply the foundation, I'm just going to dab the powder on my face instead of swirling it around, because that would again move or shift your foundation. So I'm just going to dab the powder all over my face to set my foundation. And I'm also going to apply the powder on my eyelids, because if you remember, we had applied the foundation on the lids as well, and this would definitely crease if you don't powder it up. So that's it, you guys. After you're done with the rest of the makeup, like the blush and highlighter, you can also go ahead and set up the face with a fixing spray that would take away the cakey look and the excess powder from your face, and will give you the best and the most flawless looking coverage. So yes, that's about it for this video. I really hope you found this video to be helpful. If you did, please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll talk to you guys in my next video. Bye.